Video you will learn how to read as fast as possible. So, before we get started, whether you have never read before, whether you're an advocate reader, I came from a place where I'd never read. Like in high school, even when we had assigned readings, I would still not read. And even after that, even in college when we had like assignments to read stuff like my law books and stuff, no way in hell would I read. A, because it sounded boring, and also I did not want to do it whatsoever. Like, who wants to read, right? But if you're in like the self-improvement space and you want to educate yourself and you want to actually learn, then of course reading is very important. But I also understand that when you're starting to read, it's really, really difficult to even read 10 pages in one sitting. Like, you're so used to your phone, technology, social media, like TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, these like instant gratification notifications always on your phone. It's like instant stuff. Like, reading takes some time to get used to. And what I've learned is, and in this video, what you will learn is how to read as fast as possible. Now, I don't want to go any further with like the intro, but to put it simply, to read as fast as you can, to read fast, you must continuously read. That sounds so simple, but okay, so hear me out. Think of reading like a skill. When you start playing basketball, for example, you're obviously not good at it when you're like first doing the thing. But slowly, after doing it for a couple months, maybe you did it for a year, the progression from your first day at practice versus a year into practice, you're two different people when it comes to the sport. What people don't understand is that reading, it goes the same thing with reading than with anything else. If you've never read before, of course it's going to be hard to read like 5-10 pages. But if you always read, okay, so I started reading I think around like a year and a half ago. I couldn't read. Like, I couldn't read focused. But I accepted that fact and I just continuously read. And at a certain point, I noticed that reading 10 pages was so easy to me. Like, I was reading 10 pages in, I want to say 10 minutes. Like, it was a minute a page, whatever it is. I was reading it fast, right? Like a normal person would, normal educated person. And then after a while, I'm like, wait, I can read 20 pages. And then I started reading 20 pages. And though that was challenging, I kept pushing my limits and I kept challenging myself to read a little bit more. Until the point where now I can read, I'm really not trying to brag, but like I'm at least able to read like a 150 page book in a day if I could. Like, I'm able to do that. Before, it would have taken a long ass time to get to 150 pages, but because I continuously practiced reading, I was able to read faster only because I developed the skill of reading. So think of reading like a skill rather than just forcing yourself to do something. And what comes out of that is you start practicing reading like a skill. You start reading, and over time of applying reading into your everyday life, you'll eventually get better at it.